So welcome back to the show. And as I was telling you guys, you need to head out to the Visa website. That's visa.co.ke. Check out the entrepreneurship hub where we can get to learn so much about business and entrepreneurship. This show is just not enough. So Visa has enabled you to have a way where we can learn so much. And at the same time, you can win, or rather you can have an opportunity to get away with $200 worth of digital advertising. At this particular hard moment, what do you need more than getting access to all the clients? $200. So thank you so much, Peter and Mark. As you're having a conversation prior to this, you're just talking about how COVID has disrupted a lot of things, but something quite interesting that both your journeys has also faced a lot of disruption. Maybe we can start with Mark. You've been at Pesa for nearly a decade. You started out, what's it called, after campus. Maybe you can just give us a small snippet of your journey and maybe some of the disruption as Pesa you guys have had.
So when we started out, we were a software business, and our focus was websites and mobile applications. Over time, we got to learn about platforms, and we were always trying to solve problems, see how we can help businesses be able to use internet, use digital to be able to do more, sell more, get to their customers easier. So while we were building websites and mobile applications, we came across several ideas. Travel was a big thing. Being able to enable somebody to find a package, find a holiday package, book the package and go, and the whole thing is coordinated online. It was an exciting idea for us. Over time, we had the challenge of getting payments from these customers.
Yeah.
So we get the customers, they're interested, but they need to pay you. So you either have to wait for them to come and they deliver you the cash. You have to book the hotels and all these things that you need money for. So over time, we saw the need for payments, and we started building a platform that was now focused on payments. And it's a need, we came to learn it's a need that way more businesses have than even the idea that we had for travel.
Yeah.
And so Pesa ended up becoming the core focus as a payment service, because there are businesses looking for payments online. There are businesses looking for payments when they are doing deliveries. When Nairobians is going to deliver some customers, we say bring a pay during delivery, or just when the customer comes in, a customer is looking to make that payment and make it easy. So the opportunity became as big as big.
And something quite interesting is that just as technology, it has evolved over a period of time. So maybe when when this particular new model was birthed, I think back in 2008, 2009, how has the uptick been in the market?
Yeah.
As compared to now?
I think it was much slower. A lot of customers still looked at their card as walking into the ATM and moving money.
Because you never trust putting my card online.
So it was always, when it was given to you, it was called an ATM card.
Yeah.
When mobile money came, it was about sending money. So I send money to my mother down in the rural area so that she can easily access. And so it took a while. The adoption of digital took a while, as much as there was benefits. But in this season, here is, you're not able to move. You're not able to, go to any shop that you want. For you to go, then you have to be, dressed in a certain way with masks and everything. And you have businesses such as Nairobians that have already put this, options for you online.
Yeah.
So we saw a tremendous growth in the number of people who are willing to do digital payments. And then the transactions went up to zero.
So after all, it's just not a curse, it's a good business for you on your end. And Peter, you were mentioning to me earlier on, before starting off Nairobians, you're involved in the grocery business. So just take me through, how was that experience prior to this particular new venture, and what did you learn from that disruption, or rather, what tricked you into setting up Nairobians?
So we basically used to do the delivery of fruits and vegetables to people's homes, and we were lucky enough to have a few corporates as well who would cook for their clients. Not their clients, their employees. So we'd supply their kitchens as well. So the main thing that made us leave that line, apart from obviously competition, was technology. Because when we started, very few people were doing deliveries and such things. So once the internet opened up, people are getting more open to trying out making orders online and whatnot. We decided we wanted to look for something that has less stress, because fruits, vegetables, fresh produce is long term, but it's work, because it's fresh because you get it every day. So there's no downtime in between the orders and you getting them. So the move to Nairobians was more of looking at for a niche that didn't have competition or minimal competition, and then also our target market was more the middle class professional people who either don't have time to do it themselves, and are open to trying out different ways of doing things, ordering online, paying online. So trust is one thing that clients didn't have. So most people would order and say, "Me, I'll pay when you come." So it's not like the way probably Amazon people pay before and wait with faith. So with things like Pesa, it's easier now because you'll go somewhere and someone doesn't have cash and they're like, "Can I pay with a card?" And now that the PDQs are now pocket friendly and not the big machine you see when you're at a restaurant, things became, it has made that Nairobians thing easier for us. And with that being easier, the entire process is easier, and now it becomes a value addition for the end consumer. And that's the person you want to please at the end of the day.
Interesting. And Mark, as Pesapal, you play an integral role in trying to ensure that businesses are able to go, or what's it called, and enabled in terms of enabling digital transactions. So take me through, how exactly do you do that?
So we look at a business and digital, the relationship between a business and digital in three ways. One, your sales. With digital, you're able to reach out to more customers. If you go today, if you want to set up a shop, if you're a business and you want to go online, it's as easy as opening a Facebook page, a WhatsApp business, Instagram, putting out your products if you're able. That sales channel also enables you to put the payment option there. And so you realize you start serving customers who have already paid you. And so it's more effective for the business. So we look at sales, we look at marketing. When you look at digital, what it does is interact with customers, you're able to get data and contact details and phone numbers and email. And that means you can run more messages to customers and also therefore grow your sales. And now when you look at the pandemic and what we've gone through, digital is redefining spaces. A restaurant could, that was holding 100 people can now, just do around 50. And digital becomes this channel for them that you can run as many orders as your kitchen can make. And so there's all this opportunity for businesses to look and ask themselves, do I need all the space? Can I run a fully digital kitchen? That we only have the kitchen and all we do is deliveries. When the customer buys online, we're able to pay and deliver. If the customer says, when you bring our pay, there are the options of mobile PDQs. If you decide any channel that's on digital as a business, then you're able to either grow your sales or marketing or become more.
Interesting. So I'm sure, Peter, you've faced this. So someone is trying to wonder, okay, I'm running literally, is it pre-cook?
Pre-cook.
Or independent on where exactly you went to school?
It depends, yes.
But as in, I'm just trying to look at it in terms of someone who wants to set up this particular business, trying to wonder, okay, so how does, what's it called, someone in the business of pre-cooking legumes and digital come about?
It comes about.
How did you integrate it? And what was the perception like most of your early clients, or maybe your early adopters?
It's not actually you who decides, it's your clientele who decide. So if you're asked for card payments once, twice, you start thinking, hey, is there an option for me? Because initially you think maybe not, then you with research and everything, because everything is on Google, you find, kumbe, there are options you can take advantage of just here within Nairobi. So a lot of you learn on the job. So if people want this, you try and figure out how can you do this to make the transaction seamless.
And maybe just from, because you're on the ground, and I'm sure there's always a perception and there's a reality on the ground. I'm sure the perception would be like, someone does not see the correlation between this. Maybe from your experience, how exactly has it been in terms of customer adoption? Is it most of the clients, are they adopting this?
Adopting what?
In terms of the digital transaction?
Then
payment through the e-commerce
platform. We find them ready. They ask what other option, because some will even tell you, okay, so when you're delivering, I don't have cash. So can I do this or this? So when you give them, you tell them whichever option works for you, I have both. So when that happens, you even become a better service provider for them, because now they don't have to think, because sometimes some people want to do the transactions via card because they have, like, they'll be able to do their thing at the end of the month. It's directly from the account. It's a very specific, I mean, it's particular to every client. There are some who will have cash all the time. They'll be like, you don't have change, just keep it. Next time, deduction there. So you just have to adapt with the market. So if anybody was to start the business now, this is the standard. You can't come and say, no, don't do this, because now that's the standard. So you stick to that, and you continue from there, waiting for any developments. Maybe Pesa will just be cleaning your fingerprints from the beans. And
waiting for what exactly waiting to wait next. Maybe I can go to you, Mark, in terms of the industries that are suitable for digital payments. I know we all have that particular perception, probably hospitality. When I go have my lunch, I need to swipe. But also, what do you call, but just by the story about Peter in terms of me buying legumes online, also people are starting to show this. Maybe in terms of the industries that are suitable for this, maybe what exactly have you learned on ground?
I think what we've seen there, the easy early adopters. You know, when you're going to a restaurant, as you're saying, a lot of people who say when you go to a physical place, there's usually that expectation, that option. Nowadays, if you're walking into the supermarket, there's an expectation.
Yes, the supermarket, yes.
But then what we learn is this: consumers actually observe what the business, if you've taken time to think about it. So as he said, if I come and I tell you, I actually like your product, can you bring it to me? Can I pay with whichever option? So we've learned that by providing various payment options through the business, the customer can choose whatever they want. So hastening the sale process. So a customer will easily deal with a business that has more payment options than just, for us, we are only accepting cash. It's unfortunate. I mean, if you go to town, there is a business I know right now, it's written at the door, cash only accepted. One of the oldest businesses in this town. And it's always a challenge because you want to go and enter and you're like, cash, you know, when is the last time interacted? I think any business in any industry will get value if they're able to give their customers all the options. Now, if you're in travel, you'll find a lot of customers will prefer one option than the other.
True.
If you're in smaller details, so you can't change the customer comes in various ways. So put all the options, let the customer choose, and let your business run.
Interesting. I wish I can go on in this conversation, but unfortunately our time is up. But I think from this particular conversation, one thing that you can take out is that disruption is already here, and you guys need to move as an entrepreneur. You need to move along with the disruption. And one of the biggest disruption is digital payments. So you guys need to adopt Pesa, need to adopt Visa in terms of how exactly you go about your transaction. And you can just do this easily by just going to the Visa website. That's visa.co.ke, whereby all this information is there, and you can be registered quite easily. And also something quite interesting through the Visa website, that's visa.co.ke. You can register to the hub to learn about entrepreneurship and so much about this particular journey of entrepreneurship to make you better entrepreneur. And at the same time, the first 100 people who register to the hub get an opportunity to win $200 worth of digital advertising. Mike, what better can you want? What better would you want? So thank you so much for having watched the show. My name is Ian Dennis, and this has been The Business Coach, where we help entrepreneurs better their businesses.